Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. And this is the brand new server of War and Order. It just came out like a day ago. I found out about it, I don't know, 3 hours ago when I got out of work. So we are now able to swarm this place and take it over. It is server, I believe, 1550. I'll take a quick look. And I think that sometimes when you create an account, it could potentially go to one of the two newest servers. So like 1550 or 1549. Most likely you'll end up here, but you can just double check to make sure that you are not there and you've come to the right one, 1550. Right. So in this video, I'm just going to give you a glance at some things just to kind of push you in the right direction. Some of the things that I learned really quickly in the test account that I made last week while I was preparing for this. Just some things that I noticed that might make it a little bit easier for you. Not like expert advice or anything, just little tips here and there. And also at the end of the video, I also have a gift code that I'm going to provide to you that was granted to me for the community since we were going to test out this game. So let's see. Let's start with some tips. First of all, in Warehouse in Evony, we can click just the warehouse and it'll collect everything. But here, instead, what you do is you shake your device and all of the resources will be collected and you don't have to worry about clicking each individual one. Here, you notice that I've trained some troops. I'm training a bunch of cavalry, not because they're great, but because they have, it looks like, a lot of load compared to the other ones. They have like the load of siege in Evony. If you look at the other types, like infantry, it's low, archers low, mages are low, but then you got cavalry that are really high. So I'm training a bunch of those because they're going to be my gatherers. If my, what's going on with my internet here? Okay, anyway, I can keep talking about this stuff. I don't need internet. Let's see. I am at Castle 7, moving on to Castle 9, Castle 8 pretty soon. I guess 8 does come after 7 and not 9. What else have I done? I've done a bunch of research, and I'm focusing my research on development and a little bit of resources and military. I'll take you through the trees here. By the way, I like the way that this looks. This is a much nicer design than the tabs in Evony that you scroll through that are really clunky and you're always like flicking it, which is kind of annoying. This one is just organized a little better. I like it. So development, I have worked on architecture, which is building construction speed, obviously. I put 1 point into this one because I didn't know what to do at the time and I just threw it on. But stamina recovery is not a bad thing at all. Let's see, what else? Resources, I just did some in-city production. That's wood and farms, food production, which are the only ones I have right now. I worked over my way to military. I did 1 point here, 1 point here. Well, now I have 2. And that was only just to unlock Legion, which is an extra March slot, basically. So you get your second March slot there, and you go down over here, you'll get at college is the academy, by the way. At Academy 12, College 12, you get your third March. Oh, looks like the internet's back. So I can probably queue something. Oh, I'd like to show you something rather than just queue from here. Lots of these types of games, like Evony and this one, I mean, there are a lot out there. Almost all of them, with the exception of our game, has this. And it keeps track of important things. Like you can see that I have 2 buildings that could be training troops, but my internet didn't allow me at the time. So I'm going to put those on now. So it's a very handy little helpful side panel that points things out that you might not have caught, like research. I don't have research going on, so let's put something on. I'll put on that stamina recovery. That's not a bad idea. Okay, what else can I do? I've got armies that are not marching. Let's send something at a monster. I'm going to go find let's do a level 4. So when I'm trying to fight monsters and whatever, one nice thing about it is it will tell you, like, kind of where, like, it's not guesswork. Like, I know that's going to be a struggle here. I could win, potentially, but it'll be really tough. This is an even match, so more than likely I'm going to win. And this is, like, yeah, certainty. And that's just because of the boss level here. If I put on, like, a boss 10 or a monster 10, this is going to be, like, it's going to tell me that I'm going to fail. So you're not going in blind. You know what's going to happen more than likely. So I'm going to send at that guy. And I'll show you the march because somebody was asking, oh, that's a long march. Why did I go that far? There's my panda general marching the troops. I'm going to come back after because that's 1 minute march. Okay. It's the beginning of the game. There's lots of stuff to click. There's stuff to collect everywhere. And of course, there's, like, purchases and all that stuff that comes up too. Yeah. Everywhere you look, there's stuff to collect, quests to claim, possible chests and purchases that you might want to make. If you are a purchaser, by the way, remember that there is a Huawei referral code, and I'll update the video and stuff, but if you do want to do that, you can take advantage of that. Even if Evony dropped it, we can still use it here. But if you are a purchaser, this is probably what I would recommend going with. These are your build slots, right? So you have one build slot that's open, but you can have a secondary one, just like in Evony, but you would normally have to pay. You'd have to pay like 1 day. So you won't always have it active if you're completely free to play. But if you buy it, $1,300, if you get this for $650, then you'll have a permanent build slot. You get 1,000 gems, you get other stuff, resources and all that, which is awesome. But the most important thing is you get that permanent build slot, which will really help your progress. And I'll probably end up picking that up because, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Even if I'm not going to spend a whole lot on the game, that just saves me so much time. Okay. Let's go back to the march. I think it should be landing. Oh, yeah, it already did. So it marches there, they fight, and you get a battle log. I kind of like this battle log, and I'll show you why. So it tells you very detailed information. It doesn't look very detailed here. You know, okay, 1 killed, 1 wounded. This is troop power, survivors. But you can click this play button, and you can know a whole lot more than what's on the screen. Like, you can know what was being attacked. See, the infantry was being attacked by the guy. He's smashing the infantry. Everything else is pretty much undamaged. It's mostly just this infantry that's getting beaten up, and they killed it. So you know what's happening in a battle. You know who's getting targeted by what. This is the same in PvP. It's not like Evony where it's all guesswork and testing and spending money and then trying to figure things out, and they never make sense. Here you know what attacked what and why. And it just makes a whole lot more sense, and I really like that part about it. Okay, let's take a look at something else. So I'm in an alliance now. I joined just some random alliance. It had a join button, so I joined because I wanted to get help clicks to speed up my stuff. I can't make an alliance yet. I think my keep level was too small, or my castle level. But I should be able to do that soon. So when you guys do start joining fairly soon, I should have an alliance, and you should be able to join. There's a couple people that have already joined that saw a post on Discord, but most of you guys are probably waiting on YouTube for a notification. Okay, last things that are relevant to you. Okay, Lord info down here. It's at the bottom right. There's Lord info. That's like your Monarch. So you have your Monarch gear that you'll be crafting. Well, you see, it seems like in this game you craft gear for your Monarch and not for your generals. So you don't do quite as excessive crafting. That's what I think. I don't know. I'm definitely not an expert at this game. I'm learning as I go, but that's what it seems like based off of the one piece that I crafted. But I wanted to show you the Lord skills down here. So these are like your talent skills, and you get experience, and then eventually you get more skills. And the tutorial will come here and it'll say, hey, put 1 point in battle flag. But I looked at that and I'm like, hey, soldier recruitment speed, yeah, that's not really good for my development. So I clicked out of it and it allowed me to go to development instead. I put in construction speed, load. This one gives you free resources every 6 hours when you use it. I worked my way down, and research time. So, construction, research, stamina recovery, an ability to like refill your stamina. Like, these are things that are really good for development. So I went that route. That's about it for the general kind of rundown of what the status is right now of the server and what some things you might look for. There's just so much going on. There's so many things to click, so many quests to claim. I forgot to mention this. So the 7-day march inside of the events tab. Every day you have, I don't know if it's because it's a brand new server. Yeah, a new invasion of the new world. So I think it's because it's a brand new server. So you have growth quests and you have daily challenge. And the growth quests are just like milestones, and you can claim points and rewards, and it fills this thing up. Same thing with the daily challenge. You get some stuff. It looks like speed ups. From what I remember on the test server, these stick around for the duration of the event. So even on day 5, you can complete the day 1 growth quests. The daily challenges disappear every day, but it doesn't look like these are used to fill up the main bar that gets you your big rewards. At least it doesn't look like it here. You just get some extra speed ups. But still, that's a good thing to know that the daily challenges do go away. So focus on those if you're trying to complete quests. There's just so much going on, so many things. Let's see, what else? Military, I talked about. Like, I am training military as opposed to Evony. Evony, I would never do that. Evony, if I was starting a new account, and this is what I talk about in the walkthrough in Evony, when you're starting a new account, focusing on military and building a lot of military is just a bad idea because it consumes your food, it slows down your progress, and you're just going to get zeroed at some point anyway and lose it all. Like, really, that's Evony for you. In this game, troops don't consume food. Look at my food at the top, 421.5 thousand. Nothing is being consumed, which means that I don't have to worry so much about not building farms and gathering and working out boxes. Like, no, I've got this stuff. Oh, how did I do that? Wow, I didn't even know I could do that. I could just like click one and drag over the rest. It collects everything. I didn't know that. That's good to know because I can't shake on the computer. All right, so I have multiple farms. I would never do that in Evony. Evony would just be wasted because it just gets eaten. But here, you don't have to worry about that. So troops are actually useful. You can kill monsters and you can gather and all that, and it actually helps your progress. So yeah, it does cost resources to make them and time to make them, but they have a purpose. I mean, obviously don't get yourself killed. Don't stay unbubbled, unprotected if you have a lot of troops. But it's, even when you get attacked, I got attacked at the end of my test account, and I didn't get zeroed. Like, I lost the battle, and they hit me like 3 times. But when you get attacked, I don't know if it's because I was a low level or if that's just the mechanics. I guess we'll find out. But all my troops died in the mail, like in the report when you watch the battle like we did with the monster, they all died. But afterward, when you like actually read the report, they didn't really die. 50% of them just survived. The numbers went to 0, but 50% of the troops survived. 25%, these are just rough percentages, 25% were wounded and they were in the hospital and I could bring them back, and 25% were killed. That's just how it worked out. In Evony, it would be 100% wounded killed, right? So it is a little more forgivable for when you get attacked, which is something that I really like, because it's terrible in Evony when you just lose everything. You've worked hard to build up an account and then you get rallied and it's all gone. So I hope that that's like that later in the game in PvP, and that there's more recovery than there is in Evony, because I really like that idea. Okay, the last thing I'll talk about is the free gift code. So when you are downloading this game, if you are choosing to join us on the new server, you are more than welcome. We're happy to have you, and we'll make multiple alliances to fill. I think just like in Evony, you make an alliance that has 20 or 30 spots, and you research the ability to increase that capacity. So it'll take some time to get the main alliance to have the capacity, and we'll just make extra alliances as we need, and do that sort of thing. So when you are downloading the game, look in the video description or the pinned comment for it's a bit.ly link, and what that's going to do is it's going to send you to the App Store or the Google Play Store, whatever your device is. It knows where to send you, but it also kind of puts a tag on your account that lets the game know that you're coming from the Misers community. And coming from the Misers community, it's getting late here. I'm getting tired, guys. You'll also have a gift code. So you can go to your account here, you just click your portrait, you go to exchange gift, type in TheMiser. I can't do it because I've already collected it, but you'll get a package that has resources, speed ups, teleports, that sort of thing, to help you just get started. All right, that's about it for this video. Hope to see you guys in the game. I'll post a video every week or so, just to catch you up on any tips and all that kind of things that I've noticed about this game. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm even actually, to be honest, I'm actually even enjoying the mini games. I like tower defense. I do. I play. Sometimes I'll play tower defense just to play tower defense, and it's not that bad. I much prefer this to like those pull the pin puzzles that Evony has. I can just come on to play that, and I get a couple of rewards. Cool. That's about it. I'll talk to you guys in game if you do end up joining us here, and I'll see the rest of you in the next video.
Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting the like button and checking out other videos on the Miser's Guide to Evony. I'll see you in the next video.